Not gonna lie, I'm a little tired today. A little tired today. I wanna love you every day and every night. We'll be together. Wow. People hear affirmations and call bullshit on that. And I did too, if I'm being honest with you. If you would have showed me this video a few years ago, my YouTube channel a few years ago, I would have been like, what? What? But then I learned that affirmations aren't so much about the words. It was more about the feelings associated with the words. So in this video, we're going to dig into that, and we are going to get clear on what the actual use for affirmations is and how to use them more effectively for yourself, okay? If we think for a moment, where did words come from? Well, that's pretty easy. We invented words, okay? We invented words. Where did feelings come from? Emotions, feelings. We definitely did not invent that. And what I've come to learn with affirmations and the use for them is that feeling is where you communicate what it is that you want with life. That is where you negotiate with God. And the beautiful thing about the words is that we can use the words to pinpoint the feeling. Like that's it. So if you're someone who thinks that that you have it all in your head, that you can visualize what it is, you got it all figured out in here, you got it taken care of, you got it organized. There is something very interesting with using words to pinpoint exactly what it is and writing it all out and coming back to it and combing through the details. There's something really special about that, and I would encourage you to write it all out. Get very clear. Because by doing that, you're pinpointing the feelings even more so. So by writing it out, it's about bursting that bubble inside of you of confusion and lack of clarity, and you're getting very clear, you're externalizing it, and you're having it out here with yourself. And you can even use that as like a contract with yourself. Okay? But you're making it clear as day on paper, and you're using the words to pinpoint the feelings. That's the real use for affirmations, okay? The energetic side of it. With the words, we articulate our feelings. By getting articulate with our feelings, that's where we have that direct one-to-one line of communication with the universe, with God. And the important thing to understand about this is that we need to feel it now. We need to get ourselves on that energetic frequency of our desired reality right now. It's like you're switching to a new radio station. We can think about it like that. With the affirmations, you're switching to a new radio station and you're telling yourself a different story about who you are. Ah. Right now, you might be on a certain radio station, but you want to switch your radio station and you want to live on a different frequency and experience different things. But like I said, it's important that we live on that frequency as much as we can right now. And that's the utility of affirmations. And you're not feeling weighted down by the past, like, oh, I should have done this sooner. Nope, you're not being weighted down by the past with regret. You're not being caught in the future. It's not somewhere out there. You're bringing it right now. You're bringing it here right now with affirmations. The past and future are both our creation as well. So this is why you hear so much about the present moment in spirituality, in topics like manifestation. It's about the present moment now, because the only thing the universe understands, God understands, is the present moment, is right now. And you can change your radio station by getting on that frequency right now. And when you do that, when you put yourself in a different energetic state, in alignment with your desired reality, that's where the universe holds an ear to you and is like, okay, he's telling himself a different story about himself. We're getting a different energetic signal from him now. So his old reality, current reality, doesn't align with that anymore, right? You're switching radio stations, so you're not experiencing that old radio station anymore. You're hopping on the new one. You're letting the old fall away, and you're letting the new come in by entering that new frequency. And this is all through these affirmations. This is all about telling yourself a different story about who you are now, and not needing the external proof to validate that. Isn't that interesting? You communicate with the universe what it is that you want. You use the words to articulate the feelings of that desired reality. You use the feelings and you feel that reality now. You feel the abundance, the prosperity, the security, the freedom. You feel all that right now with the picture in your mind, right? And that's the use of the words. You use the words. You say these affirmations on a daily basis to revisit that frequency. And over time, the world is going to reflect you living on a different frequency. It's going to reflect that into your external environment. But like I said in another video as well, that isn't an instantaneous process, right? I've compared it in another video to setting a thermostat. When you set the temperature in your home, it takes a little bit for your home to heat up to that temperature. So having this understanding for affirmations in this way is going to help you get in line energetically with that thing that you're working towards. And these are all muscles to be trained, you know? These are all muscles to be trained. It just may be that you heard affirmations from some, crazy person one time. So it sounded like nonsense, and you just haven't gotten enough reps in with it yet. And of course, like, it takes a bold person to do this, right? Like, if you think about the use of affirmations, like, I'm supposed to believe that I'm some other person now without seeing the proof in my environment. Yeah. That's a bold person. How am I supposed to think that I'm a different person by reading these things, by reading these words to myself over and over again without seeing the proof yet? Huh. Yeah. I know. I can feel uncomfortable for a little bit, but that is literally where you throw a wrench into the system. That's where you throw a wrench into your life and you start telling yourself a different story about who you believe yourself to be. Because all along, you've been going along as this person. And maybe you're not quite satisfied with your results. So now you throw a wrench into the thing and you start telling yourself over and over and over again, you start communicating with the universe that you're on this different frequency now. So we need to align the world around us with that. And that's uncomfortable. And yeah, that takes a bold person to tell yourself a completely different story about yourself, even if you don't believe a fucking word of it in the beginning, okay? But the world, the subconscious mind, the universe, life, God, it just nods with you. It just nods with you. It just agrees with you. Okay? Whatever it is that you're telling it, whatever frequency you're communicating with the universe, it just agrees with you on that. Like, okay. And then over time, things fall away, new things come in. And by telling yourself a different story like this, I can level with you in saying too, that is an interesting process of things shedding away, things leaving your life, and new things coming in. Okay? But the reality is, most people have such a tight grip on the old, and therefore the familiar, that they're unwilling to let that go, to let the new come in. Right? Letting go of the old, the familiar, the person that you've been used to, the things that you've been used to, the people that you've been used to for so long, to get to that new place, there's a letting go there. So if we come back to the affirmations, when you write it out in the present tense and you're telling yourself this new story about yourself, right? That's where things change. And it is a muscle to be trained. That direct one-to-one line communication with the universe on what it is that you want, that's a muscle to be trained. You use the words, the affirmations, and the present tense to pinpoint the feelings and create that picture in your mind, therefore putting you on the frequency of your desired reality. It's about living on that frequency, right? Of abundance, security, peace, freedom right now. And by doing that, you strengthen those muscles of practicing that. And you feel the results of that over time. But those muscles may be atrophied a little bit. And I can say pretty confidently for most people, when it comes to, getting what you want, the muscles are atrophied, and it's about strengthening those again. If you are an entrepreneur or working in sales, like I've said in my previous video, I got started in the digital marketing agency space with this work, with working online in general. But I do one-to-one coaching now for entrepreneurs and sales pros. And if you have an interest in this work and you resonate with what I'm saying here, and you'd like to learn more about my one-to-one work, you can find more info on that in the description below. In my last video too, I also had a specific practice of how I use affirmations. So if you want to check that out too, that's in my last video. But if you did find value out of the video, I'd appreciate a like, subscribe, comment your thoughts. Whether this sounds completely new to you, completely like BS, or if you found, something interesting in here, I would appreciate to hear that too. So, whatever it is you're feeling, I would appreciate to hear from you. But it might be a little loud out here. Might be a little loud in this video because a lot of activity outside of my window here in Medellin, Colombia. But that is all. That is all for now. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.